Hey there. So, again, we're super excited about getting your house on the market and getting it sold sooner rather than later. As we know, with anything, whenever you're getting prepared for anything really important, you only have one chance to make a first impression. So, we want to make sure that we get everything looking just right before we go active on the market. So, a lot of people want to know what is the difference between coming soon status and active status for a listing. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Now, depending on where your house is located, that most markets will allow us to do a coming soon status for your listing. And if so, we're definitely going to utilize that. The maximum amount of time that we can have it in coming soon for MLS purposes is 3 weeks. So let's say we get your listing paperwork signed one day, and we know that it's actually only going to take you about a week to get everything all ready before you're ready to go active in MLS. That's perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and sign everything and put it for the full 3 weeks. And then we can always change things and move up the date if we need to. And so a lot of people also ask, well, what happens if we end up needing more time than 3 weeks? Are we in trouble? What happens? And not at all. That's stuff that comes up. We would rather you have everything looking just right rather than rushing the process for sure. So, all we would do with that particular circumstance is go ahead and just put the house into temporary withdrawn status until we have the amount of time that you need to do to get everything all ready. And then, literally, when I trip it back over, it's going to go to active status. Now, when I do that, when it goes to active, that means that it's like everyone can see it out there, and you have to have the house ready to be shown to other people. So again, we'll work together and strategize about that, but it is not the end of the world if you need a little bit of more time, or if you need a little less time, that's all good. Um, can homes that are in coming soon status be shown? And that's a really, really important thing that a lot of people also talk to me as well, because particularly in today's market, once you put things in coming soon, it's not unusual for us as agents to start getting phone calls and getting emails and texts from agents going, hey, I have a client that is really interested. I think it's going to be really great. We might want to put an offer in, or, oh gosh, so and so's coming in and I'd love to get them in this house right now. It's perfect for them. Let's go ahead and get them in. And then we don't have to worry about going on the market. The most important thing to understand with things, that the reason why certain procedures are in process is to make sure that everybody is getting a fair shake. So if you have it in coming soon status and one person is allowed to see the house, you have to understand that we're going to actually have to put the house active status right away, because if one person comes in, then everyone must be allowed to come in. That's just the way the system works, sort of thing. And again, a lot of people say, hey, I've been talking to my friend and they've been talking about maybe doing some things about being able to sell things before it even gets on the market. That's a discussion for another day, and certainly something that we can work with as well. Not a problem at all. But for coming soon statuses, if you open it up to one, you have to open it up to everyone. Um, when a house switches from coming soon status to active status, to kind of to go back to that, what the difference is that coming soon, most of the time it's like maybe you see one picture, whereas when you get hit active status, we want to make sure that we have all of the pictures all uploaded and looking beautiful, and also your Matterport tour is uploaded and looking great as well, that it's all there for everyone to see right away. And once it goes active, that is when, in technicality, your home needs to be available essentially right away to be shown. Now, again, when we first sat down and talked, we talked about what are some important things that we need to know as a team as for scheduling any kind of showings. The first important thing is nobody's going to walk into your house without you knowing it or without your prior authorization. And typically, you're always going to have at least an hour's notice, if not more. So ideally, we're going to get everything all worked out there, but we're going to be also talking about beforehand if there's certain times of the day that are really bad for you, or if there's certain times of the day that you're going to be working from home and you can't have people traipsing all through. At least you need to have a lot more time to do so. A really easy thing to do that is going to make life a lot easier for you, your family, and your pets, and all that is ideally be prepared. If you live in the house while it's on the market or getting ready to go active, if you and your pets can be away from the house for the first 3 days of it being active, that is going to be probably the easiest thing on your family, and also making sure that we can do our job and get as many agents and as many of the right buyers in your house within the shortest amount of time to make sure that we can get you the most bang for your buck for your house. And when I say the right buyers, I want to make sure we all understand that there's no funny business about that at all. Right buyers just mean the people that are going to come in and be ready to pay the absolute top dollar for your house, to see it at the perceived highest point of its market value is what we're going for. We can also set times specifically as to when people can come in during certain days. So, for instance, we had a listing that went on very recently, and what helped was my clients essentially prepared for them and their dogs to be out for certain hours during that Friday when it went live active, that Saturday and that Sunday. And then we reviewed offers on Sunday evening. And that worked out really well. And it was a way to make sure that we could get as many people in the different slots, still with safe showing, that it's only a certain number of people in the house, a certain amount of time. That's the best way to do it. Anyways, I hope that you found this helpful, and this explains a little bit more the difference between coming soon status and active status. And again, looking forward to getting your home on the market and getting it sold for top dollar. And thank you again for the opportunity to allow us to do that.